That's right, today's the day. I haven't made an ascending video in years, so today's pretty special. And what I'm going to be ascending today on, Petzl Ascension Ascenders. What dope. Totally stoked. Finally got a pair of these. They are spendy, but worth it, I think. So, that being said, let's get to it. But first, just a couple specs. So, each one weighs about 165 grams or almost 6 ounces. Mostly aluminum. And these will fit ropes from 8mm to 13. Open them one-handed to the cam like that. Pretty simple. Clamps on the rope. Big, wide, handheld. Spots for carabiners at the bottom here. And at the top where you could put a beaner in to prevent the rope from popping out. I'll give that a try and see how that works on the Ascent. First, let me just say, I'm not a professional, I'm not a guide. I'm doing this for my own training. I'm merely demonstrating the use of these ascenders. So please take that as it is. There you have it. All right, so I went ahead and set up my rope, and I'm looking at maybe 45 feet or so. Not too big of an ascent, but it'll be big enough. And I'm at my favorite little training area, Cougar Cliffs here. And as you can see, where I go up, it's a very popular climbing area. It's bolted and everything. People climb this, but there's some bolts up on top where I fix my anchor. And I'll mention the rope I'm using is a 9-2 Imlay static canyoneering rope. It's pretty tough. I do have some rope protection on the edge of it up there, but when I'm training ascending, I tend to use a more burly rope and not the ropes that I use while I'm actually canyoneering, just in case there is some damage to the rope from teeth in the cam. But I don't know. This is a brand new cut of the 9-2 Imlay here, and I had an older one that I've used for years and it's still good to go. This is just a smaller cup. I didn't want to bring a 200 footer out here, so this is just 100 feet, but this will do the job. So enough talking, let's get the ascenders out and have a look. Forgive me, I'm getting over one grimy cold, so if I sound stuffed up or you hear me sniffling and everything, that's just the residuals of that grimy cold. All right, here we go. Here's the right hand, and it's pretty simple to use this. You're just gonna open the cam like that, pop it on, goes in. Left hand will go just below it, like that. Simple Simon, man, it doesn't get any easier than that. What I do need to figure out is my links to get myself squared away here before I start going up for my reach and everything, and my foot loop. But that shouldn't be too big of a deal. Like I said, I've never used these ascenders. I've always wanted a pair, and now I got them. So it's gonna take me just a second to figure out my method here before I start going up. Yeah, so this is definitely a moment where a daisy chain would come in handy, but I don't have one currently. I don't know where mine is, so I'll have to figure out the rest here in a second. You know, I watched a couple videos. Whenever I buy gear, I'll watch videos, and you know, just because I want to check it out before I use them. And the only videos I ever saw with these I could find were just guys and gals. They were using aiders, you know, big steps and daisy chains, you know, for big wall and clearing pitches, and mainly just for climbing. This, what I'm going to be using for, isn't for climbing, so to speak. It's for canyoneering if I get a rope stuck or I have to go back up a rope or something. So that's what I'll mainly be using these ascenders for, so I should probably say that. All right, I'm figuring my right hand one here, and I think my tether's gonna be a little short, but it should do the job. And if you're worried about the device coming off the rope, you can just put a locking beaner in right there, top. There we are. Lock that up just for an extra measure of safety. All right, well, I think I've got my gear straight. First problem was that beaner I put through. really impeded the ascent. But I took that out and shooting right up this guy. It's getting right on up. Man, it doesn't get any simpler than that. I'm just gonna tie a little figure 8 here and clip it in to my belay loop in case I do fall. Got a little backup. It's still work, but I have to say, it's better, much better. Nice. Yeah, got a little bit of an overhang there. Not much so, but I don't seem to have a problem. Whew. Wow. Nice. That was a hoot. All right, well, that first one went well. A little sloppy, I'll have to admit. Still work, but man, right on up. My right hand had a little trouble going up when I had the beaner through the top. I just removed that, sailed right on up. That'll take some getting used to, but once I pulled the beaner out, no problems. I'm gonna give it a couple more tries just to get a little more familiar with it, but yeah, man, right on up. Awesome. All right, I'm ready to go up this puppy. Kind of, I had a sling attached to this as well to my belay loop, but I don't think I need that. I'm pretty good with what I have on here. And this is just pretty simple setup to get up this thing. It'd be cool to have like a Petzl scroll on my chest and just want to send it. That'd be fun to go up, but having both these is simple enough. And I tried it with the beaner right here to add some protection, but I don't know, I'll try it again. Pushing up seemed to be kind of a nuisance, but we'll give it another try. See if it affects it again. If it bothers me, I'll just pull that back out again. And as I go up, I'll just pull up some rope, tie a figure 8, and attach it to a beaner I have on my belay loop for protection in case I fall or something happens. You know, just want to be a little safe there. All right, let's go. Yeah, that beaner catches. Yeah, that's a problem. So if any type of angle on it, it's a problem. That's binding up and it's kind of a pain in the butt. push up. But if I stand straight, it does go up. Pull that off actually. That should be a lot better. Overhang there. Nice. Woo! All right. Not bad. All right, I just did 4 ascents, and each one just got less and less sloppy. And that final one was very nice. So there you have it. Ascending with the Petzl Ascension Ascenders. Pretty darn smooth. And I think that I'll finally remove my rope mans from the harness. Alright, so after manipulating it a few times, I finally got a system down that I liked, and by the last ascent, it was going pretty smoothly. And what I did was, this is one tether that's already attached to my belay loop. This went to the right hand ascender, and then the left hand ascender, which went below the right hand, of course. All I did was attach my foot loop to that, and then I had another tether to my belay loop to the bottom one. So it looked kind of like that. This is missing the foot loop, of course, but so in case the front one, the top one, popped off, I was backed up by the left hand. And as I went up, once or twice I'd stop and tie a catastrophe knot underneath, so in case I did fall, I had some protection there. But everything worked out well, and I really like these ascenders. So I think I'll be putting the rope mans aside. That's not saying the rope mans are excellent. They do fantastically for what they're designed, but these are a little easier to apply, and a little easier to ascend with. So that being said, appreciate you watching. Stay safe out there. Please consider subscribing. Support for the channel is greatly appreciated. We'll see you next time. D-Rock out. Adios.